I like loneliness. Salut, c'est Aurélie. This episode is a bit of an introduction to a subject that's gonna be quite frequent on this channel in the next few weeks and months, and they are all gonna be related to doing activities alone. Like, I like going to the restaurant alone, I like going to the movie theater, to the cinema alone, I like going to a concert alone, etc., etc. And I know that for some people it's not the happiest subject on earth, so I'm not gonna bombard you with that subject for 2 months and then that's it. No, I'm gonna talk about it max twice a month, and the other weeks are gonna be dedicated to other subjects that I don't know yet, but I'm gonna find some inspiration and I'm gonna find stuff to talk about. Don't worry about that. So yes, I like doing activities alone, and if you are part of my friends or someone of my family, of course I also like doing activities with you, because I think it is possible to like doing stuff alone and also liking to do those stuff with a group. I don't think those two things are antonyms and opposites. I do think that they go like hand in hand, hand by hand, I don't know. But anyway, I hope that you understood the idea. And I think I have always liked doing stuff alone and doing activities by myself, because even when I was in primary school, of course I liked playing with the other kids, playing football or pretending that we were horses and play. But I also liked sitting by myself on a corner and reading or talking to myself. I don't know, the kind of stuff that you do when you're in primary school. And maybe when you're a Gemini, I don't know. But yes, and even during the secondary school, I also liked doing stuff by myself. It was also maybe because I didn't have a lot of friends. I guess it had something to do with it, but now that I do have friends, I still love doing stuff by myself. So I really think it's part of me. It's part of my personality to like that. And I'm not even an only child, because I've got a younger sister. So yes, it must be part of my personality, and I guess that in the next years and decades I will still like doing stuff by myself, just as I will still like doing stuff with other people. I really think that both moods, let's say, can cohabitate. I have to say, sometimes I struggle to understand people that don't like to do stuff by themselves. Because, and that's gonna be a full episode about that, but I love going to the restaurant alone. And I know that for some people it's their worst nightmare. And I have to say that yes, sometimes I don't understand why they feel like that, because I think I would like to ask those people, why do you not like to go to the restaurant alone? Is it just because of the mood and you prefer the atmosphere that there is when you're in a restaurant with a group? Or is it a little bit more deep, and it's because you are afraid of what other people are gonna think of you? Are you afraid they're gonna think that you're a loser for going to the restaurant alone, for example? And of course, you're not a loser. You are just a person that likes to go to a restaurant alone. But yes, maybe it's linked to a fear of what other people are gonna think of you. And I'm not saying that I don't care about what other people are gonna think of me. That is not true. For some aspects of my life I do care about that, But for other aspects, like going to a concert alone, movie theater, cinema, restaurant, I really don't care about what other people might think of me doing that activity alone. Anyway, I'm not you, so maybe you just don't want to dig into that subject. I don't know, it's up to you, but I think that would be a good way to maybe understand you a little bit better, to think about that question. I don't know. I'm not you, you do you, and I do me. Anyway, but at least I've said what I wanted to. Anyway, I think I really believe that if there is an activity that you want to do, and you're the only one of your family or your group of friends that want to do that activity, just do it. Like, YOLO, you only live once. You're not gonna deny yourself the pleasure of doing a certain activity just because you're the only one who wants to do that, who wants to do it. And I think that's, yes, a bit sad to not go to that concert or restaurant just because you're the only one who wants to go and none of your friends wants to go. I mean, that's like their problem if they don't want to go, but it shouldn't affect your pleasure to go there. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well or not, but of course, if other people want to go to that same activity as you, just go together. You're gonna create good memories, etc. But if you're the only one who wants to do that, just do it. And if you don't, you might regret not doing it. Like 5 years ago, I was 15 years old, and I went to my first concert alone, and it was a heavy metal music concert. And at that time, none of my friends were interested in that kind of music, but I didn't care, and I did go to that concert. And I think that would have been sad to not go just because I was the only one interested in that kind of music. Because, well, first of all, I didn't know when the band was gonna come back to Belgium. And spoiler, they haven't come back to Belgium since then, and it was 5 years ago. And I didn't know that when they would come back, which they haven't, maybe due to COVID, I don't know. I didn't know if at that time, like 7 years later, let's say, I didn't know if at that time my friends or new friends would like that kind of music. Maybe they would still not like it. So that would have meant that I had kind of lost a nice concert just because I was the only one interested in that concert. So I did go to that concert and it was amazing, and I don't have any regrets about going to that concert alone. And don't worry, I'm gonna make a special episode, a dedicated episode to going to a concert alone, because it's not the only one I went to by myself. So yes, I really do think that when you want to do something, of course, if you are okay to do it with other people, ask your family and friends if they want to come with you. But if you really want to do it by yourself, don't talk about it to your friends, because maybe they're gonna ask if they want to come, and maybe you don't want that. So I guess in that case, it's just better to talk about that activity once it's done. And I know that sometimes I do some activities by myself, and then I talk about them to my friends, and some of them were like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me that before? I would have loved to go with you." And I'm just like, well, I didn't tell you because I really just wanted to go there by myself. Why was I saying that? Ooh, I don't remember. But yes, it is okay to go to some concert, restaurants, etc. by yourself. And yes, of course, if you want to share that moment with other people, ask them. But then if they don't want to come, just go. and enjoy it by yourself. But it is true, I have to say, that when you like doing activities alone, the sharing part is not the same. For example, a few months ago in August, I went to Paris to visit that city, and I stayed there for 4 days. The first day I was with my sister, and then she had to leave, but it was planned, don't worry, it was planned. And I stayed in Paris by myself for the next 3 days. And I enjoyed visiting Paris by myself. It was really nice to go to that street or that street if I wanted to. There was no one telling me, oh no, but I wanted to go that way. Nope, I was the only one. And if I wanted to go to that cookie store or that restaurant, there was nobody telling me, oh no, I don't want to go there, or I don't like that kind of food. Nope, because I was alone, so I could decide whatever I wanted. And it's, yes, maybe because I do like to be in control of stuff. I guess that doesn't help. And I also like to be right, so obviously when you're the only one, you are always right, but at least in your head. But yes, I loved visiting Paris, and when I came back to Brussels, I told my parents and my sister what I had done during those few days. And even though I showed them pictures and videos and I explained to them what I had seen and stuff, maybe that for a few seconds or minutes they felt like they were in Paris with me, but in the end that was not the case, because I was the only one doing all of that stuff, and they were in Brussels and I was in Paris at that time. And sometimes, yes, I think that's a bit sad, that even though you can beautifully tell the story of what had happened, etc., it's not the same because they were not there with you. And yes, in the end, you did not share that moment with those persons. So yeah, sometimes I do think that's a little bit sad, but I guess that's the price you have to pay when you like to do stuff by yourself. It's that then the sharing part is not the same as if the person had come with you. But it is true that you could still go back to that city with your family or friends. I mean, the city is not going to disappear, so if I really want to create new memories with my family, for example, I could still go back there with them and create new memories. And they're going to add up to the ones I had already created by myself, you know, so yes, that option also exists. Anyway, I think I have talked about everything I wanted to, so yes, in the next few weeks and months, you're gonna have dedicated episodes about I like going to the restaurant alone, I like going to a city alone, etc., etc. And if you're, let's say, part of my team and likes to do stuff by yourself, and maybe you felt guilty about it, which I don't, but maybe you did, I hope it has helped you realize that you're not the only one, and we are at least two, but I guess that we are a lot more on Earth of people that likes to do stuff by themselves. And it is totally okay to like doing activities by yourself. And maybe that if you were part of the other team, this episode and the next ones are gonna help you understand a little bit better our point of view. And if they don't, well, sorry, you're just gonna waste 10 or 15 minutes of your time, sorry. But yes, that's it. Bye.